I get it. I wasn't really a fan of neither, though, but it is what it is.
Megan makes better music. Tori just a better artist. Megan, you can't beat females right now. There's too many marketing tactics to sell a female artist.
So JQ, you need to be
Be what? I don't need to be
the artist.
No. I'm too square for that.
That could be your character though.
No, ain't nobody gonna buy my
The
music.
game do need somebody like that though. The game definitely needs somebody who's not on.
That might work.
Everybody else is on. And
I mean, you have some female R&B singers.
You can sing?
No, I cannot sing.
Why you made that point?
Well, because he was saying that. Well, y'all was saying that y'all need somebody.
I'm talking about
that's-
you.
No, I don't. I can't sing. I'm not for that life. For that lifestyle.
You kind of favor Jennifer Hudson.
You know, I get that a lot. And Mary J. Blige.
I see a little bit of Mary too.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel?
Makes me feel good. They're beautiful women. So, and my mom loves Mary J. Blige. Jennifer Hudson, I can listen to her sing and I start crying.
Because y'all look alike.
No, because because she can really sing.
No, she can't.
I love her voice.
She looks great too.
Yes. She
got
lost a lot of weight.
She got that show.
Oh yeah, the talk show.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it's been doing really good.
Yeah. So I think what has helped me like keep this going is I never make this feel like an interview. That's what I was gonna tell you about your stuff. Like whenever you decide to hop into it. Like,
No, I was telling my cameraman on my way here is that's what I do appreciate. It's just a conversation. Because that's how I don't know if we started yet, but.
yeah, we already started, man.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Welcome to the outlet, your boy Philo. We start every show like that. We here, man. This is gonna be a fun episode already because the energy's here. Please introduce yourself to the people.
What's up? It's JQ. JQ Sports PR, owner of JQ Sports PR. I don't say this enough, but I'm a former college basketball athlete. Yeah.
Now, y'all can't see it, but she's 6'7". Like y'all can't see it.
If I was
she's
6'7",
sitting down.
I would have made it to the league. But no, not.
Does that mean you wouldn't come on my podcast?
No, I didn't say that. Why are you putting words in my mouth?
I just like doing stuff like that. I'm controversial.
Oh Lord, so it's gonna be one of those shows.
Oh yeah.
I try to avoid controversial situations, especially as a PR consultant, right? So I try to, avoid that and damage control. So yeah, but we'll see how it goes.
But back to Mary J. Blige and
Jennifer Hudson. Yeah.
What was you saying?
What was you saying? I was telling you that how much I admire Jennifer Hudson's voice.
Oh, you say you cry when you hear. Yeah. So you have PR in your name, but like, what does that entail though? Like now.
So, I mean, PR, you have different PR professionals that focuses or targets different areas of the media. So, like I was telling you earlier, when I started my business, I was doing interviews. So I was behind the camera.
Okay.
Right? So I was interviewing the athletes. And then a couple of years later, that's when I transitioned to being behind the scenes as a PR consultant. So helping athletes with building their personal brand, getting them secure for media placement. So whether that's radio, TV, different events, and then also event management. Okay. I love putting on events, sporting events, whether that's a competition or if it's a networking event.
Competition like
a tournament, like a showcase, right?
Okay.
Being able to
I was
manage
thinking celebrity game.
Now I will do that too,
Okay.
but more so on the management side. So playing behind the scenes.
Okay.
Right, making sure everything's going smoothly as possible.
Okay.
Making sure that the talent, making sure the refs got what they need.
Okay.
The event organizer has all the equipment.
So
all
it's
the
like
personnel.
hospitality.
Right.
Facilities.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Would you say that you've still had to learn like how to maneuver in this market now? Like, wow. Because, I mean, you mentioned TV, and I'm like, how relevant is that? Like, right. And you said radio.
Right.
Like, those sound like generic things to kind of throw out there when you're talking about marketing, but, like, how relevant are they, like, now?
It would always be relevant, right?
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because, now, don't get me wrong, social media is a power source, right? But I think when it comes to building your credibility, when people see you on TV, right? Not more so radio shows, but TV, that's how you build your credibility.
Okay.
So when I have
So it's a clout thing.
I mean, yeah, that's what building a personal brand is.
Okay.
Mostly made of.
I didn't think you would be honest about that.
No, I'm a very honest person.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm a straight shooter.
Okay.
I think I'm a little bit too blunt, but no, when you're appearing on TV, that helps build your credibility and helps your brand.
Okay.
Because everyone can get on social media and put on this facade that everything is Gucci.
True.
You know, they have 1.3 million followers or whatever that, whatever the case may be. But getting on television is a whole different level.
So I think this is a good point for me to say this. And this isn't humble at all, but I do. So he asked me about doing music. I've gotten into doing like sync licensing. So I've signed with 2 agencies. One agency I signed with in 2021, I've gotten like 4 song placements, like one on Love and Hip Hop. I had 2 this NFL season, and then one on an MTV show. And so my music supervisor hit me up last week saying they sent some stuff off to March Madness. That's probably the most, like, that's why I'm the most excited about this March Madness season, because I'm waiting to get a text or just hear my song like while the games are going on. Like, because what's the company? One of our clients is who runs CBS and MTV, and what's the
you said it's an agency or a company?
It's a company. Nope.
Yeah, I don't know who runs.
I forgot. Huh? No, not Paramount. CBS Sports. Whoever's over the music for all of those. That's who one of the agency's biggest clients are. And so I'm probably gonna get a lot of those opportunities. Viacom. Yep. Viacom. Yeah, appreciate it. Man, I might need.
Yo, he's the research king.
Yeah, it's all about facts. It's all about facts. And I don't feel no way. I don't feel like he's trying to do that to make sure I know what I'm talking about. Like, nah, it's all about facts. Can you turn that monitor this way some more? Yeah, appreciate it. So that's interesting that you say you kind of hadn't been mentioning that you played ball. I would think you would put that out front first to help, like, build relationship.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
And the relatability, like.
Right. Well, you know what? Because when I did mention that I'm a former college basketball athlete, I would get a lot of people look at me sideways, like,
they believe you.
Like, you, not the way.
It's because you're 6'7". Like.
No, they. No, what's funny is if I was 6'7", they would definitely know that, without even asking or without me even saying anything, they would know that I played some sort of a sport, right? Because we all do that. When we see a guy that's 6 foot, right, we automatically think that they're an athlete. Yeah. But seriously, when I first started off, that was something that I used to hold back because I was getting really annoyed by the looks that I would get. When
like,
I would
y'all trying people, me.
Like, you trying me. And I have, prime example, when I was at the Boo Williams tournament in Virginia a couple of years ago. That's when I first started interviewing athletes. And I would wear dresses, right? Not like prom dresses, but formal, casual dresses with tennis shoes, right?
Okay.
So I remember, I kid you not, I walked into the building. At this time, there weren't a lot of female videographers or photographers, right?
You doing on your phone? Interviews on your phone?
No, I bought this cheap camera. Okay. I don't know what kind of camera I even bought, to be honest. But I remember walking into that gym and, they asked me, what's your name? Who are you here for? I gave them my name. And I walked in and they saw the camera in my hand. They were like, you here to do interviews? I'm like, yeah. They was like, you don't know what to do with that. Like, you don't know what you're doing here. I'm like, actually, I used to play, college basketball. No, you didn't. You too pretty. No, you don't look like a former basketball player. So yeah, it got really annoying. But once I revamped my brand, that was one of the things that I decided to put in the forefront when I'm interacting with people. And I guess my elevator pitch is letting them know off the gate I played the game. Now I didn't play on a professional level, but I played through high school and college. So
were you nice though?
I was nice. Yes, I was. You know what? To be honest, I wasn't a scoring point guard.
Oh, you played point?
I played point, of course.
You just said you was a straight shooter.
Straight shooter means
I know what you're talking about.
Oh Lord Jesus, you're gonna give me a hard time doing this interview. No, but really, I was nice.
But you was pass first.
I was like a Jason Kidd before he actually started shooting the ball and whatnot.
Yeah, it took him a while.
Yeah, I tell anybody and everybody, I got my Division I scholarship because of my defense. Like I back down to nobody.
I tell my girls that they don't understand that.
But no one's really teaching defense.
They aren't.
That's a lot. Not say that's the last thing that coaches are really emphasizing to their players, but when I played, I wouldn't care if I didn't score 2 points.
Right.
If I was able to lock down somebody from scoring, and I didn't care what position they played.
Yeah.
When I was in college, my last year.
Where'd you go?
My first year, I went to Maryland Eastern Shore, then the MEAC conference, and then I transferred to a JUCO in Texas.
Okay.
Then I finished at a Division II school in North Carolina.
Where you from?
Andrews. So I was born in Alabama, Montgomery. Y'all from
Really?
Selma? Yeah. Hold on, I'm not. Yeah, I know you're looking at me like that for a reason.
Okay.
But listen, so I was born in Montgomery. Then we moved to LA. Then we moved to Raleigh, North Carolina, and then I moved here in 2016. So when people ask me where I'm from, I just say everywhere. But I was born in Montgomery, Alabama, the Gum.
How long were you there?
3 months. 3 months, and then we moved to LA.
Yeah, that don't count.
That's where I was born. So when people ask me where I'm from, I always start off with saying I was born in Montgomery, Alabama.
Have you ever gone back?
Of course. That's where most of my family.
Oh, your people there?
My family is in Alabama and Los Angeles.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Both of my parents, born and raised.
Okay. So you know the history. You see? Nope. You gotta go back.
I mean, I go back.
No, you gotta go back and get that history.
No, yeah, I don't go back and get the history. I go down there and see my folks, and then I'm out the same day.
You gotta go back and get that history, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially if your people still there, and that's where they from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta go back and get that.
Yeah.
Cause we ain't supposed to be doing this.
What you mean we're not supposed to be doing this?
Where we from? We ain't supposed to be doing this. Rob, not supposed to be doing it. Like all the odds were against him.
Right.
Oh man, it's incredible.
Cause Selma is small. Is it smaller than Montgomery? Wow.
Much smaller.
Now, were you born and raised in Selma?
Went to high school, graduated, and then I went to Alabama State for 1 year.
Okay.
And then I had an offer to go to East Tennessee State.
Okay.
To play ball. This was like 150 pounds ago. And my dad got sick. And I was like, I don't want to go that far. So I just went up the street. Yeah, I had an academic scholarship, so basketball kind of took a back seat after the coach told me they didn't need no more shooters. I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, I ended up still moving far away. I went to Orlando to go to Full Sail and got my music degree down there and just stuck around. I was down there 13 years before I moved up here last year.
That's a big jump from Selma to Orlando.
Needed though.
Yeah.
Much needed.
Yeah.
That just opened my eyes up to a whole new world. Like my grind and grit and perspective and like, everything changed. Like my time spent there like was super crucial.
It's funny that you say that because that's one of the reasons why I love Raleigh. Now, Raleigh is a beautiful city.
It's rural?
I wouldn't say it's rural. It's not, but...
You from there? Oh, okay.
I just feel like when it comes to pursuing your passions, I think our mentality here in Atlanta is that go-get-it mentality. I think in Raleigh, everyone is complacent where they are in life. They don't want to explore, different options.
Yeah.
They're afraid to get out there, or they don't want to come to a city like Atlanta and be considered or work to be the person that they want to be, right? They want to always be, the famous or the local celebrity.
Right.
So it's funny that you say that because I think sometimes when you're trying to pursue something, pursue a passion or a business, you have to step out of your comfort zone.
That's easier said than done. So let me ask you this: have you seen more success or more failure, or would you even consider things that have challenged you as failure?
Since I moved to Atlanta?
Period. Life. Have you seen more success or more failure?
I would definitely say I've seen more success.
Okay.
I'm just very mindful of the people that I surround myself with and the energy that I keep around.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I did have to leave some people behind. And it hurt, right? But I knew that if I wanted to get to the next level, everyone couldn't go with me. And who I'm referring to are like close friends. Now to this day, I still stay in contact with them, but
this is a love and basketball story?
No, the Love and Basketball store is the guy that's sitting right there across from us.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. All right.
No, he was the one that I brought with me.
Okay.
Technically he was already here.
Okay.
So we, since you want to bring up the Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
So I was in high school. He was in college. There was this summer basketball account that was very popular called Networks. And that's how we met. Okay. And I had this big old crush on him. He kind of like paid me no mind.
Yeah.
Like he was like this celebrity basketball player, right? Local celebrity basketball player. And I'm like this little high school with dookie braids or box braids or whatever. And I'm like, oh, he is such a cool guy.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that, he pursued his, basketball career on the West Coast and I was on the East Coast. So we lost touch. And then when I graduated, he was, making movies and shooting music videos. And we saw each other at an event. And I was nervous as hell because I wasn't sure how he was going to react. So I was like, all professional. Hey, remember me? I'm Jaquez. And he looking at me like, I remember who you are. So he tried to play it real cool.
Yeah.
And we swapped contact information and we worked with each other on a couple of projects. And then, I had to let old dude go and then moved out here. He was already out here. So the transition was seamless, honestly.
Wow.
So that's the Love and Basketball. But I don't really talk about it that much.
And you just introduced him as a cameraman. And he went for it.
No, that's what we gotta
Hey, I ain't mad at it. Listen, I'm big on you do what work for you. Like ain't no script, it don't have to be no script, and ain't no rules to it. Hey, y'all want to keep it like that?
Now we'll post each other on our stories, like very like randomly, right? But you won't catch a lot of photos and videos of him and I hugged up at the movies and things like that because I'm a very private person.
Okay.
And I will say that that's been a struggle for me a little bit because I know when you're building a personal brand, you have to really put yourself out there. And I think I've been doing a good job of balancing that, but I'm a very private person.
Is your business page also your personal page?
Yeah.
Why you want to separate it?
It's just too much to keep up with. And honestly, I feel like
just change your.
But listen, I feel like with me offering a service, I want people to get to know who I am as a person. And I feel like when you have a business page, it's kind of hard to do that because now you're having to separate the two, where one page is solely on your business and the service, and the other page is who you are. But I feel like when you're offering a service, people relate to people.
Yeah.
And I feel
or
like
the
with
product, like you are the product.
Yeah, I am the product. So, I mean, with that, and then it's just too much. Like, I can't. And then I'm about to start this podcast.
Wait, what's too much?
Being able to manage both social media accounts. I have clients that I have to manage their social media accounts as well.
Ain't that what Megan Thee Stallion for? I mean, Megan the intern.
I got Megan doing other things. Shout out to Megan because she's awesome. She's been doing a really good job. But I don't
Megan been on my ass all week. Hey Megan, shout out to you, man. Hey man, where's the form, bruh? What are we doing?
But we gotta be like that. Us females in business, we have to be, like.
Okay, sure.
Because if not, y'all gonna run over us. Y'all not gonna take us seriously.
No.
Not everybody, not every guy, but most guys are. And I think with my personality, it is not that hard for people to take me serious because I'm a very
straight shooter.
But that's not the word I want to say because I know I can't curse. Again. But I'm not the HBIC. I'm not an HBIC, right? HBIC. Let me take out the H. The BIC. You finish the rest.
BIC.
It rhymes with witch.
Bicycle. Got it. I got it. Okay.
But no, you really as a female in this industry, especially sports.
You're not the H bicycle. Okay.
Yeah. Especially in sports, we have to uphold this demeanor that we mean business.
That's all about business. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I don't want to come off as, the head bicycle, whatever you just called it.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is.
No, I understand. I think that's my frustration now with like why the WNBA don't get love. Mm-hmm. Like for whatever reason, like because I work with Cheyenne Parker for the Dream. I'm shooting her documentary.
What? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I love Cheyenne Parker. She
got a story, man.
She helped out at my sister's basketball camp, Queens of the Court. She came and spoke to the girls.
For real?
She is a wonderful. I love her. I love her energy. I'm really big on energy. I love her energy. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Cheyenne.
Yeah. So me and Fred was just having this conversation, and he was like, because I made the point like, why won't LeBron and some of these other guys push people or push the culture to go support what they got going on? And he was like, that could help, but there's women who don't go support women's basketball. And I was like, oh, so now that's a real point. Nah, that's a real statement, especially for a culture who like makes it seem like they're so like women empowerment and women are for each other.
That's a whole nother topic.
Wow. Like, and when he said that, I was like, yeah, I gotta stop saying it like that.
But they have. I think players like LeBron James, Chris Paul, and some other guys.
They gotta be consistent though.
That's the problem. So I can't remember at what time period, but all you started seeing were the NBA players, sitting courtside at the WNBA, games. But it wasn't consistent. And I don't know if it's for clout or just to get, attention from the media. Like, hey, yeah, I was there supporting the girls basketball players, but the lack of consistency.
Even if it is, just do it often.
Right.
That's what I think would help. But the fact that y'all have to be about business in these different rooms is I don't think that the respect for women in sports in general is really there. And Cheyenne made me really see like, that's taxing on your body to try and play a full season. Like, she had just had her baby like 5 months prior and she going hard. Like, so I'm like, okay, I believe in what you got going on and I believe in your story. Like, let's make this happen. Like, this do need to be heard about, because I'm sure there's some other moms around the league who are sacrificing not being with their kids for the entire season.
But they're not telling. That's another thing.
They ain't saying nothing.
Right. And I think when it comes to women's sports, women have to be willing to put themselves out there and tell their story.
Mm-hmm.
So what Cheyenne is doing, I feel like when people start hearing about her story, they might have never heard of Cheyenne Parker before the documentary come out.
Right.
Because again, going back to what I said earlier, people relate to people, and one of the best ways to get to people is through their hearts, right? So when this documentary come out, you're gonna have a lot of people that might just want to go see her play just based off the story. that she gave.
Absolutely.
And I think that would help, all female athletes is be willing to put yourself out there, getting your fans to know who you are outside of just an athlete.
Right. But I think the struggle is seeing that. Like, if she's the trailblazer for that, it's hard to not look at it like clout. Like, and it's so crazy, and it's such a weird space when you know that a storyline is what's gonna draw people to spend their money, invest, support, like all of that stuff. Because otherwise, like even in your case, being around like sports or whatever, like for you to be in the room, most men are probably like, not just why you're here, but like what she want.
What are her intentions?
Yeah, like she trying to make a come up on somebody or use her looks to, snake her way through. Like,
and it's sad because
it's good you can't hear people's thoughts.
Right, because there's no telling
I'm
what.
Sure. Yeah. What was that movie? It was a movie like that. What's the black girl name? Was that Taraji P? She could hear people's thoughts, and she worked in corporate America. Nope, that wasn't Taraji.
It wasn't Halle Berry.
Neil Long.
What's the name of the movie? Look at him. He over there probably researching it now.
See, bro, I'm finna bring you on every show. Every show.
Don't they usually have like a person behind the camera fact check?
I've seen a couple podcasts do that.
But no, what I was gonna say is, especially working with young athletes. When I first got here to Atlanta, I wasn't part of a clique or a crew, so people looking at me like, who is she?
You? Yep.
Like you just said, what are her intentions?
Right.
What is she trying to? And it would amaze me because I would hear or it would come back to me, hey JQ, they thinking that you want to work with this AU program because one of their players was going to the league next year. Like what? And that mess really annoys me.
Yeah.
Right? Because everything that I do, yes, it's strategic, but I do it for the love of what I do. Right? I'm not looking for he got it. What's the name of it?
What man? What? That was Neil Long? Taraji?
Oh, no,
okay.
Was right.
Yeah.
I don't think I've never seen that movie.
Really? You should watch it.
Is it an older movie?
I was gonna say not super old.
But yeah, there's no telling what I would do or what I would say if I could reach,
You need to check it out.
Men's minds when I would walk in the room. But no, it's crazy how, men and even women.
Okay.
You mentioned women empowerment, supporting each other. That ain't the case all the time.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
I actually reached out. Of course, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I reached out to.
Text to me, I said.
I reached out to someone that a female that's in the sports industry, just asking her like, hey, my name is JQ. I got this going on. I would love if we can get together, have coffee, or even do you offer any consultation, right? Because they're gonna charge for that, and I'm okay with paying you for that.
For sure.
But when it comes to social media, and I'm DMing you, and you seen the message,
it popped up that scene,
and you don't respond, and then I'm very persistent. So I'll let the message go, maybe 2 days. I let the
after you saw it say scene.
After seeing, I gave it 2 days, right? Because maybe she got sidetracked, right?
I need to be your mentor. Go ahead.
Maybe she got sidetracked. So I said, okay, I'm going to give her 2 days. So I hit her back up. Hey, I'm not sure if you missed it. I don't know if you missed it, but I just wanted to know, I'm reaching out because I'm looking for a mentor. Once again, she's seen the message, did not respond. And that has happened to me multiple times.
And you leave it alone?
I mean, what else I'm going to do?
Shit. Hey, I saw you saw the message. Just checking back in to see if you ignore me or not. I actually wanted to, get some help.
It's a choice of words. I would probably done that, but not use those same words.
Oh, no.
Those are a little harsh. I know you seen it.
See, so you just did that.
So you just gonna ignore me? Because
I ain't do that.
Listen, because sometimes, when you people interpret things a little differently when it comes through
text.
Right.
For sure.
So they might be reading it in their head like how I just said it.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably on the other end said it in a tone like, hey,
they got voice memo in here too. Hey, I'm sorry that's the wash in the background, but I saw that you read my message. This is the second time I've reached out to you, but
I don't have time to be chasing after people.
I really don't feel like chasing you. But
he'll tell you that. I'm not chasing people.
Is it a pride thing?
Huh?
Is it a pride thing?
It's definitely not a pride thing. Because like I said, I'm going to follow up. But after 2 or 3 times, obviously you're not interested.
Right.
So I'm just going to move on to the next person.
Hey, no means no, man.
But I would rather you tell me, hi, JQ, thank you for your message, but unfortunately at this time, X, Y, and Z. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. But you seeing my messages twice and not responding? Yeah. So
like I wonder if you say, I wonder if you send something and you can do like a selected message and say, mark as read. If it'll say seen still.
I'm not sure.
Because to clear notifications, I wonder if that's something like that they possibly did. Or social media person might have did that.
I mean, that's fine. But
and they never read it.
No. You're not telling me. I don't care who's running your social media page. You seen it twice and you didn't respond.
But you think they read the message though?
They had to.
We don't know that. Not if it's got a mark as read.
No, it said seen.
But that's what I'm saying. If mark as read gives you the notification that they saw it, but they never read it. Like they saw the little preview, but
no. When you see for it to say seen or mark as read, they have to actually open up the message. I believe.
How you know that? That's what I'm saying. There might be a setting there, like just how the email is. It'll say.
I'll look it up tonight.
You can mark as read.
No, I think you have to actually open up the message.
I don't know. I just like to play devil's advocate, man.
I'm always trying to give people chances, right?
Me too. That's how I listen. I teach, so I have to.
But I'm not running behind nobody. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
How much money you make or what your status is.
Unless you play ball and you saw them in the summertime and they moved across the country and then.
I didn't run after him. We saw each other at an event.
I think you saw him first.
Of course, because he was like the tallest guy in the room. I'm like, who is this? Oh, okay, that's fun. All right.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, that woman, you have some women out here that are genuinely wanting to help. Mm-hmm. LaChina Robinson is one of them. The women's sports commentator.
LaChina?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her. I need to know her.
Tall, light skin. I don't know if she's based out of Atlanta, Georgia, but she's created like a mentorship program or a company to help other journalists, get their foot in the door.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I be talking about. That's something that I feel is true woman empowerment.
Yeah.
But you holding these different events, woman empowerment events, just to collect these people.
Charge people.
Charge people or arm and a leg.
How you spell her name?
LaChina.
LaChina Robinson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know if she's based out of Atlanta, Georgia, but I know she does a lot of events here in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Rising Media Stars?
Yes, Rising Media Stars. Yep.
See, she put her height in the bio. It say 6'4" with a basketball emoji.
So where I gotta put my height in there?
Yeah, 6'7".
I'm not putting my height in my bio. I'm not doing that.
How tall are you for?
5'5" with shoes on.
Yeah, don't put that.
Exactly. I'm not.
And definitely don't put a basketball next to it.
I'm not putting no.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I would definitely probably would have done it if I was at least 5'10", 5'11". Isn't that no? The average height for a woman is what? 5'7"?
5'6".
No, it's not. I thought it was 5'7" or 5'8".
Fact checking. Okay. Shout out to LaChina, man, helping people.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys don't know this, but off the air, we were talking about her podcast. And to that point, that's why I don't mind like helping.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I got a lane,
Right.
and you got a lane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so would I look like being selfish to the point where I'm like,
I ain't telling her nothing.
yeah,
She
because
gonna learn
that
on
ain't
her
even
own.
my audience.
Right.
Like, I'm just gonna be rude to be rude. Well, I ain't gonna say rude, but like selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no point in it. Now, I am careful about just offering
Right.
my opinion or just giving support just off the rip. But
Mm-hmm.
somebody asks me, like, oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. Or if I see something that can be done better,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll do that. Oh, so let's do this.
Oh Lord. What you
Yeah. So I thought about this yesterday.
got? Okay.
If someone tells you that there's room for improvement,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what it is, they say there's room for improvement, have they already discovered error? Like, have they already landed at error and then decide to let you know, hey, there's room for improvement? You work in corporate, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if your boss came to you and said that, do you think like that's where they got that from? Like, you're doing something wrong, so you need to improve? Or do you feel like you truly can say there's room for improvement and it's good, it just could be better?
I always believe there's room for improvement. And are you asking me what areas of improvement can I make?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm saying, do you feel like someone is saying that because they found error? This was like a 2-hour conversation I had yesterday, and I was like,
That's a really good question.
yeah.
Because if I'm approaching someone and saying, hey, you might want to work on that. You might want to work on this.
Why that face? You already don't like what they doing. You done already said something was wrong. Okay, you answer my question.
Okay, so, look.
Oh,
Listen, hear me out. There's something that there's something that I've seen over the last couple of days that I think you might want to work on. I don't think it's
something wrong. You've already said something's wrong. Don't
just
overthink
because that person think it's wrong doesn't mean it's wrong though.
You bringing it to them though, because you saw error. That's the only point I'm making.
No, but it's error in my eyes. That doesn't make that doesn't make it an error.
That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. You brought up the point that you see there's room for improvement.
Okay.
Not that something is going good, but you found error. Can you agree to that?
No.
Really?
Because what if I'm okay, let's use, didn't you say you a basketball coach?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's say one of your players.
They suck though, so I can't use them.
Come on, man.
Oh, my
really?
bad. Love y'all.
We're filming.
Love y'all, man. I love y'all so much.
And I hate that I'm laughing.
Coach Baker will go to the ends of earth for y'all. Y'all know that. All right.
Why are you trying to tell us so serious?
Y'all know that. And whatever y'all need, y'all know I'm here. I've proven that. somewhat, mostly. 60%, 55%. All right, y'all don't suck. Y'all just do stupid stuff sometimes. Y'all do stupid stuff a lot of times. I love y'all.
I don't know if to laugh or to
Don't
be
laugh.
serious.
This is serious, cause they gonna see this. See y'all next season. All right, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay, so let's say one of your players, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're a great ball handler, right? But you know, pinpointing something that they're doing will make them a better ball handler. That doesn't mean that they're doing something wrong. They might be a great ball handler, but because you see something that they're not doing, and it's not because they're doing it wrong, it's just that if they try this tactic or try this technique, they can be a better ball handler.
That's not improvement to me then.
How's it not improvement?
That's more so just expanding the bag, the skill set.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah? You don't like that?
I don't like, I don't, maybe it's the choice of words that you use when you said, if I'm approaching you about something that you can improve in, that's because I'm seeing an error. I'm seeing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you think it's wrong doesn't mean the person that's receiving it should think it's wrong.
All right. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Oh, you're okay with that? Okay. Okay. Because that's how I...
No, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, for somebody to even bring it to you and say, I think you can improve. Like, yeah, they've already seen something.
Well, that's their opinion. Prime example. I work...
And my player not going to tell me.
Listen.
Yes, ma'am.
I work in property management.
Mm-hmm.
As the assistant, I am known to be that mean person on the staff. Why? Because I have to call residents when I've received a complaint. I have to call you when you owe me money. I don't show a lot of empathy, right?
Okay.
And because I'm in that role, I really can't, because then the residents are not going to take me as serious when it's time for them to pay rent again. Oh, Miss J, she'll just call and just be real nice about it. Hi, you owe me money, right? But if my manager said or sees that, hey Jay, you need to be a little bit more empathetic to our resident. You might think as the manager, because you don't hear all the names that I've been called, because I'm, calling them about something that they're not doing, or what they're doing. So because she thinks it's an error, doesn't mean that I should take that as being an error. And it shouldn't be, oh, you need to work on being empathetic. No.
I agree with you. That wasn't the point I was making.
So what point were you making it? We just
I was just making, they see something wrong. That's all I was saying.
They see something wrong, but it's not.
Whether you feel like that or not, I'm just saying they saw something.
Because I know I need improvement in certain things, but just because somebody walk up to me and be like, JQ, you need to work on that, I'm not gonna be like, oh really? Okay, I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna work on that. No, I'm not.
But you're gonna think about it.
Of course I'm gonna think about it.
Self-evaluate.
Yeah.
Do you do therapy? You go to therapy?
No, I definitely need to go to therapy, especially in the line of work that I'm in.
I was just gonna say, you the head bicycle on that too? Golly.
And the state of mind, COVID has done a lot to people over these last couple of years. We've had residents that haven't been in their right mind that will come down to the office and say some things that might, frighten you, right? Because you don't know how they're going to react, right? I've been in situations like that all the time.
But you do have
a what? No, I'm actually scared. The sound of it just...
So I gotta edit this way more than normally. You started off saying you was a straight shooter, bro. I'm so confused.
I wasn't using that term for that. No, really, I don't have one. I do need to get one though.
No, but I think everybody need to go to counseling. That's how I feel about counseling and therapy now. Like, especially going through what I went through. Like, it's just, even if you don't feel like, even if you don't see error, if you don't think nothing wrong, I think it's just good to go talk. Like, and the misconception is, I don't need nobody telling me how to think, or what to think, or whatever. Like, I hope those aren't your thoughts about it. But if they are, that's fair. Because I'm sure there are, just like in anything else, there's probably some bad therapists and counselors out there. But my experience was good, and I had an open mind when I went. And what I realized was, I answered a lot of my own questions. Like, they knew what to ask me and how to ask me those questions. And I started unpacking stuff like on my own. And I was like, oh, that's why I do that. And then I found out what triggers were. And I was like, oh, I can avoid some of this stuff. But for other things, I just need to recognize, like, oh, I feel like this because of that.
Right.
And I think even in relationships, even y'all loving basketball relationships, if counseling happens and the two people come together, like, that's the recipe for, like, a great friendship.
I agree.
In which where it starts. Because if one thing is, if you're not at 100%, you're not going to be the best version of yourself for anybody. Like, and what we tend to do and have done in the black community is, we've graduated high school, went to college, some people having kids, and then some people getting married. And then after all this happens, you find yourself. And you're trying to learn how to be yourself while learning how to be a parent, while learning how to be a spouse. And you're doing everything backwards, and it seems overwhelming because it is. Like, and at no point have we dealt with any of our stuff from our childhood. Like, none of that stuff. Like, whether you in a house with both parents or one parent, like, there's still some things that you're going to carry into adulthood that aren't going to get healed by you just jumping in and out relationship, situation. Like, it's some powerful stuff that happens with counseling. Like,
I will say this, and I've shared this with Fonz, but when we, in our first stages of our relationship, it was rough because I jumped out of one relationship into another. And, you know, my mom would always, even before, you know, the last guy that I was with, she would always tell me it's okay to be alone and learn who Jaquise is. And it's not that I avoided that. It was just, I would always find myself going from one relationship to another. So in our first stages of our relationship, you know, I was still hurting. And it wasn't that I wanted to be with the last guy or anything, but it was just like, you know, carrying over that baggage, you know, trust issues.
You feel like you're a good person?
Yes.
Have you always felt like that?
I've always felt like I'm a good person.
So in those situations, would you look at them like it's their fault it didn't work?
Whew. I would. No. I don't think it's my fault.
That's interesting.
I don't, and it's not because I think I'm perfect. I am nowhere a perfect person. But sometimes people, like you just said, they're dealing with things that they haven't been able to overcome, right? And because of someone's insecurities, you feel that the person you're with is not on your level, so you go out and you're looking for someone that's on your level. That's not my fault.
Right.
I don't blame that on me.
Okay.
Right? And I'm a firm believer that if you don't want to be with someone, just tell that person instead of just
string them along.
Right.
Yeah.
And the last time that and I know this probably don't count because I was in high school. The last time I cheated on somebody was in high school. I said to myself, I would never do this again because of the hurt that I caused that other person.
Jeez.
But people come and go for different reasons.
Yeah. That's true. You didn't expect that on this show, huh?
No.
That's good.
And I'm over here coming out over here. That's
good. That's good.
But we have conversations like this.
I would imagine so.
We have, because you mentioned earlier, even though we haven't went through counseling, which we will, be doing.
Separate first,
and then together.
Yeah.
And then also having a therapist or a counselor that is a preacher, and then having someone that is not. I'm all about balance, right?
I get it.
But we have conversations like this all the time because we really consider ourselves as best friends. And I think that's what helps our relationship. Like, before we got into a intimate relationship, even though we lost touch for a couple of years, we were friends from the very beginning.
I'm gonna counsel y'all. I'm going to get mine. I didn't have like 4 people tell me I should. Though.
Really?
Yeah,
I've been calling.
For God to take me through the stuff He took me through, I kind of feel like that's like, especially with this platform and like I said, with my experiences, and 9 years in education, like I dealt with a lot of personalities, a lot of different people, and one thing is I got a soft spot for my girls, like the females, and I spent a lot of time having these kind of conversations. Former players, current players,
See, I'm the opposite. I have a soft spot for young black men.
Okay.
But no, I think I'm with you. I think everyone needs to go through counseling. And I hate that in the black community we don't encourage that because it's a sign of weakness.
Yep.
But no, I'm all for counseling. If someone asks me how come I haven't went yet, I really don't know. I'm not opposed to it. I just haven't put in the time to look for the right.
Right. Because I was gonna say, I mean, if you want to get that faith base and the regular, I know somebody who bring the best of both worlds.
Okay. Like
for real. And super solid.
They here in Atlanta?
No, they in Montgomery actually.
Oh, really? I hope they ain't one of my family members.
Nah, you'd have said something about. He been on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who been on the show that's from Montgomery?
Dwayne. Oh, you probably didn't see it then. It's a recent episode. Dwayne Rembert.
What year did he graduate high school?
He from Utah County. He ain't graduate in Montgomery. Or from Montgomery. Nowhere in Montgomery. Yeah. But yeah. And that's why I said in the beginning, creatives and entrepreneurs is who I want to target. And it's mainly to have these kind of conversations so that people understand when you're deciding to get into entrepreneurship, I need you to recognize and take heed to the fact that it's a balance, and your mental health is constantly being challenged on every level. Like, so just like you got a passion for doing what you do, you got a 9 to 5. If you had it your way, I'm sure you would just do your passion. Like, if money wasn't an issue, that's what you'd be doing. But to balance that and try and still make time to do your, like, bro, this shit it's a lot.
My manager would tell you, once I clock out, it's all about JQ Sports PR. I will not pick up the phone if my boss call me or text me.
They know that.
They know that.
Okay.
Like, she made the comment to me the other day. We was at work. We was in the office, and she said, "Jay, how do you stay so focused while you're at work?" And I think it's a combination of my upbringing and then being a former, college athlete. Like, we had to be focused, right? But she knows that even though I'm at work, I'm still thinking about my business.
Okay.
Right? But when I clock out,
full JQ
Sports PR, locked in.
What's good is y'all not in the same lanes, but y'all both have like passions. And I think that's helpful. That way, there's a way for you to support him, and a way for him to support you, and y'all not get in each other's way. Like, and with him being the cameraman, that actually benefits you. I'm excited to see where it goes, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this next project of mine.
And it's the podcast.
It's the podcast.
You got a name?
Yes, you're actually getting the exclusive because I haven't even announced it on my social media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the name of the podcast is called Counted Me Out.
Counting me out.
Counted me out. And like I said, I do everything for a reason, right? And I'm very strategic and passionate. But I feel like the counted me out phrase resonates with everybody, right? Whether that's you being down here and you're working your way up to the top and you got people counting you out along your journey. Or you might have someone that's up here and they feel like they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing to be considered as the top, whatever they, call themselves.
Right.
But they got people still looking at them as underdogs. Or no, you ain't who you think you are, right?
Got it.
And then it also resonates with me because throughout my college career, I had coaches counting me out. They doubted my ability, my athletic ability.
Did you ever get to play against some of them coaches?
No, I didn't. I wish I had
sweet.
to.
That was so sweet. I feel like you got that nice nasty too. Like after the game, great game, coach. And you didn't get them.
Oh yeah, I kill people with kindness.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
He didn't smile like that at all.
Yeah, I wish I had the opportunity to play against,
Yeah.
my former schools.
Some of them naysayers. I get it. Revenge is sweet.
Yes, it is. But I like to kill people with kindness, right? So, but yeah, the podcast Counted Me Out. We're shooting our first 2 episodes next weekend, and then it airs in April.
So, how long you got the spot booked?
For 3 hours.
And you doing monthly?
Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot 2, because the podcast is no longer than 30 minutes.
I was gonna say, shoot
What?
about 6 of them mugs.
For what? In 3 hours?
Yeah. How long y'all talking? 30 minutes?
30 minutes top.
6.
But no, but then the other hour, because I never done podcasting before, and they have all the equipment and stuff like that. So my intern will be there, so she has to learn how to do the audio board. What is it?
Oh, you can hire something. You can't hire nobody to do that.
You can, but I'm not doing that when I have an intern. So I'm also trying to get her experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She want to do that?
She
Oh,
does.
okay.
Yeah. So now after the first interview, we wouldn't need an extra hour. So if anything, I'll book 2 hours.
Okay. You kind of have a flow.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I want to come.
Are you serious? Or you not just telling me?
No,
that
I'll
'cause
come.
Okay.
Come on now.
I mean, you did just get up here and say that your team sucks.
No. I want to come. If I can make it, I'll come. What's the date again?
The 26th. It's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll text you to remind you.
Sundays are probably my best days anyway.
But yeah, I'm really excited.
That's dope. You already got guests lined up.
Yes, I have my 2 guests lined up. One is a high school athlete that is committed to play at Auburn next year.
Okay.
In his story, I'm really big. We were talking about storytelling. His story, I'm just
Wow.
excited to hear. And then the other guest, his name is Kenyatta Watson. Like, he's the guru of youth, college, pro football person. So really excited to have him. But we'll start off with, the sports scene, like sports influencers, coaches, trainers. And then as the show grows, just like, the I Am Athlete and the Pivot, where they start bringing in actresses and actors and things, people like that. But yeah, I have a lot of people ask me why I stopped interviewing. Why did I stop interviewing? It was because it wasn't bringing me any money, which is why, one of the reasons why I transitioned to the PR side. But now I had this one over here that is pushing me. You got to start doing interviews again. Like, you have the personality. You have the ability to, really get people to talk. Right?
That's good.
And that's why I love about your podcast, is because sitting here.
Don't do that.
No, he can tell you on my way here. Like, you doing too much. Like, no, honestly, like, I appreciate how much of a genuine conversation this is. Like, I've been on podcasts, or I've even, helped out at different podcast productions, and you can tell it's just a Q&A. Question, answer, question, answer.
That's cringy.
And it's like, you're not gonna ask a follow-up question, because you're gonna have listeners that's gonna be listening to your show or watching your show, like, wait, why didn't she?
And then they speed past.
Right.
Like, that's a good. Oh man, yeah, I can't stand that.
And I'm really, fascinated with people's stories. Like, that's how I retain a lot of information, is storytelling. If we're just doing a Q&A, you'll probably ask me after the show, JQ, do you remember what I told you when you asked me? I'm like, no, I don't remember.
Dang.
Having conversations is so powerful.
It is.
Yeah.
You get to build, and you get to hear some perspectives. Like,
and I feel like I can be myself.
That's all I wanted.
You got some people that come on the shows and. Yeah. No, I really, admire and appreciate your style of interviewing. It's an art. Like, it's a craft that you have to really practice. Not everybody can do it.
Yeah.
And you do a really good job.
You gotta love people.
Right.
You sound like you love people.
I love people.
You like meeting new people.
I love meeting new people.
Yeah. That's it. That's the formula right there. That's the formula. And not be closed-minded to the point where you hearing somebody and you like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you think like that? Nah. They didn't grow up like how you grew up.
Right.
Why you expecting them to think like you? Learn something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the questions, like the quality of your questions, like them deep. I haven't done an interview where someone asked me a deep-rooted question like you did about the era.
I mean, because I get what you do and what your job is, but I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I started with. Like, so we'll see what makes sense in the future for me to even be with him, working on some projects or something for you.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's what I'm here for.
I'm not gonna get into that, but
that's what I'm here for. The only other thing I was thinking about while you were saying something about the kid that's going to Auburn was like the NIL stuff. Your knowledge on that is still growing?
It is. Because, I mean, there's new information coming out every single day.
So what could you do for a player right now with the knowledge that you have?
So basically what I would, or how I play a role in that is, once we've established their brand, now it's time for us to start reaching out to brands to see if it aligns with your personal brand, right?
Handling media?
I'm sorry, what was
He's
that?
handling media?
Not yet. He hasn't done it yet.
That's part of it though, right?
Yes.
Photo shoots and all that? Okay.
Photo shoots. Like my client that I have right now, Jackson Sutherland, he's out of Long Island, New York. So obviously we're not in the same state. Okay. So working with his parents, I helped them find photographers and videographers in that area to schedule the photo shoot.
I got you.
We actually are really excited to have him in the magazine called Compulsive Magazine, because he does a lot of charity work. He has his own sock drive, and he's only a junior.
Oh wow!
Only a junior. So being able to work with him and his family has been definitely a learning curve for me, because I'm a very hands-on type of person, right? So it was a little difficult at the very beginning because he's in New York, I'm all the way in Atlanta.
But that's gonna stretch you though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we start booking him different photo shoots and then pushing his story out there about his brand, I was able to get James Johnson. At the time, he played for the
Heat.
No, he played for the Nets at the time.
Okay.
And he got traded to the Pacers.
Okay.
I don't know if he's.
I don't think he's playing now.
Right. But he donated socks.
Okay.
Last year, and then we also had Dwayne Wade's sock company, PKWY, to donate socks. So being able to work with them and getting those, individuals to collaborate with the client was a big milestone for me.
Wow.
So when it comes to the NIL, once we have, and I can't stress this enough, you have to establish a brand first. When the NIL first rolled out, I kid you not, when I would go to my social media, I'll start going to these different athletes' profile pages, and in their bios, it would say, now accept the NIL deals. But then when I go to your content, you got pictures standing up at the gas station, throwing up some crazy sign, right? You at a party. Like, you don't have any substance. You don't have an established brand. Like, people don't know you outside of just being an athlete. And that's what brands are looking for. Yeah. They're looking for individuals, athletes, because they know with athletes they'll be able to sell and get a return.
But they're not gonna compromise on they brand for the sake of growing their audience and associating with you.
But then when it comes to the negotiation part for the contract or the deal, I don't play any role in that. So, for example, one of my clients, TJ Clark, that plays for Overtime, he had a deal with Cash App. We got it through Playbook, which is an NIL marketplace, right? And they collaborate. Well, they asked us or asked TJ, would he collaborate with Cash App? So when it came to the amount of money and things like that, I told TJ and his mom, like, that's not what I do, but I can definitely point you in the direction so they can read the contract and things like that. I'm not an attorney. I'm not an agent. I'm not a manager. I'm a PR consultant. I'm only focusing on your brand, your image. So yeah, that's how I usually explain it to parents and student athletes, is when it comes to NIL. My main focus, or our main focus, is to establish
a brand.
A brand first.
So they could be sorry as hell and just got a following.
And that's what I appreciate, because you have a lot of athletes that are playing or competing at the JUCO or NAIA Division II. They might not be the best player, on the field, on the basketball court, but they have a great following and they have an established personal brand.
But you can't help them grow their own following. That's not what you specialize in.
No, well, I guess when it comes to, once we start getting photo shoots and creating content, that does help with their social media following.
Yeah, but you yourself not taking that risk on a kid who ain't got some kind of motion, are you?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like somebody with 600 followers. That's not your potential client.
No, it is a potential client.
Based on what?
Based on our first consultation. If you don't have a story, if you don't have any effort.
Oh, okay.
I don't care how many followers you have.
So you're looking for a story to be a part of the brand.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like,
because some people just don't have the resources to get their story out there.
Right.
So you help pull that, like, no, this needs to be talked about and heard.
And that's one of the struggles that I have, when I have conversations.
Yeah, because you're leveraging.
Right. And then they may have the mindset of, well, I don't get a lot of playing time, so no one's gonna, want me to be an ambassador.
Shit. If I got a player with a story and they like, yo, hey, go.
Exactly.
Go play.
Exactly.
They here to see you.
Exactly.
Man.
So being able to articulate.
That's tough, though.
It is.
The game didn't change.
Yes, it has. I wish the NIL was around when I was
right.
playing.
The game didn't change.
It sure has.
So, like, Taurus and Smith & Wesson would have been good for Ja Morant while he was in high school, college. No? All right. This is your boy Philo with the Outlet.
That's how you gonna end it?
The livest pre-recorded show on earth. Be sure to follow All social media, the outlet 0721. JQ. JQ came through.
Yes.
Go ahead in that camera right there.
Which one?
That
this
right
one?
there.
Okay.
Tell people how to follow you, where to find you.
Yes.
Your social, your last four, your
Of my what?
Your credit card.
No, not doing that.
Y'all
can find me.
Push the mic down a little bit.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
I don't want to break your equipment. I want to get no invoice after this.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say one anyway. Go ahead.
Y'all can follow me on all social media platforms at JQ Sports PR. JQ Sports PR. That's Instagram and Twitter. And you can also find me on my website at jqsportspr.com. And make sure you guys stay tuned to my social media because I will be releasing the date for the Counting Me Out podcast.
There it is. We out. Thank you for coming through.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And till next time we're gonna have the third camera, but this was fun. Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.